Hi, today I will be showing you how to use the Mindstorms EV3 programming software on your Chromebook to operate your EV3 robot using sensors. Here's a short video showing you what kinds of hardware you need to set up to do this lesson.
This lesson, you will need your Mindstorms EV3 brick. Mine is hooked up to a robot, but you do not need that. You just need your brick. You will need your infrared sensor, which you'll hear is sending out a signal. You will need your touch sensor, and you will need your medium motor, which I have attached a wheel to help you see your action. On your brick, you will notice that there are 4 ports on each side. On one side, the ports have numbers. On the other side, the ports are labeled with letters. You will want to plug your motor into a lettered port, and you will want to plug your 2 sensors into a numbered port.
Okay. Now let's look at what the programming looks like. Your programming app is located in your launcher. Mine is already open for us because it does take a minute to load. When you load the program, you will see this. It's your home page, or as the program calls it, the lobby. And it opens up to the My Programs tab, where you have the option to create a new program or open any of your existing programs. There is also a tab for the Robot Educator, where there are some instructional videos for robot motion, and there is also a PDF document where you can get some background info as the teacher. Today I have created 2 programs to show you some basic programming skills. So in this first program, which I called Bump, you will be using your touch sensor. As you can see, I have 3 blocks in my programming. The start block is always there for you when you open up a new program. The green blocks, which are located in this tab, the green tab, are all about your output devices. If you click on each of the blocks one time, it will tell you what it controls. So this first one that you see I chose to use programs your medium motor. You also have a block to control 1 large motor at a time. You have 2 blocks that control 2 large motors together, move steering and move tank. You have a block to control the display screen on your EV3 brick. There are some pre-programmed images of eyes that are fun to use. You have a block to control the sounds that your brick makes and a block to control the lights on your brick. Today we are just going to use that medium motor, and I plugged my medium motor into port D on my brick. So, oops, did not mean to duplicate that. If you notice here, it says D, but when you're programming, if you click there, it gives you the option to choose whichever port you plugged your motor into. The second tab in your programming is yellow, and these are your control blocks. Your sensors are embedded in your control blocks. So for our program, I'm using this hourglass, which is a weight block. And you can see right here, it looks like my touch sensor. When you drag a weight block up, if you click on that hourglass, it gives you the option to tell the program what it is waiting for. Is it waiting for a brick button to be pressed, for the color sensor to notice something, for the gyro sensor to notice something, for the infrared sensor to notice something, for the motor rotations to go around a certain amount of times, for the touch sensor, which as you can see is what we selected, for the ultrasonic sensor, or is it waiting for a certain amount of time before the motor goes? So for our touch sensor, I set it to compare the state of the touch sensor. So if the state changes from when the play button is depressed, then the motor will go on. So you'll see when I press the play button that a window opens up to tell you that the program is being loaded to the brick. And you see these moving lines let you know that the program is running, but it is currently on that waiting block. So now I will touch the sensor and you will see it move to the next block. And you can hear the motor in the background. I'm going to go back to my home page and I'm going to show you how to use this same kind of programming technique with your infrared sensor. So this time when I clicked, I still have my medium motor block. I still have it in port D. Now my infrared sensor is plugged into port 1. So I have a 1 here. And you can see when I programmed it that I chose infrared sensor. And in this case, I chose for it to notice a change in proximity, which means how close something is to the sensor. There are different ways to use this sensor, but this is a simple way for you to get used to the programming. So again, when I press play, you will hear the sound and see the window, and you will see that it is activated when I put my hand in front of the sensor. It's waiting, and then when I move my hand, it goes to move the motor. So I'd like you to try to set up your brick with these two sensors and try a simple program like this. Be sure that you have your ports correct. And if you would like on your motor, there are ways to set it to different numbers of rotations. As you can see here, mine is set to 9 rotations. But you also have the option to set the power on your motor. And you can set it for rotations, the number of degrees it turns, or for the number of seconds that it stays on. So try out some of these different settings. And when we come to class, we will talk about what you notice. Have fun.